CES coverage sponsored by GoDaddy.com, the leader in domain names, web hosting services. New customers save 25% by using promo code CES25 at GoDaddy.com.
CES coverage sponsored by Audible.com, where books come alive. Listen to a bestseller on your iPod or MP3 player. You can get a free trial over at audiblepodcast.com/CES.
CES coverage sponsored by Lexar Las Vegas. Get to the point. Rooms start at $40. See tpn.tv for Lexar advertisement, which is the gateway to savings.
Bring you on, get you on headset, and go ahead and, hi, what's your first name? Francie, okay. We'll get her in here. And very easy to tell where you're from. You're from Dish Network.
I try to wear as much branded stuff as possible.
Yeah, so TV everywhere.
TV everywhere. So I don't know how familiar you are with Dish Network.
I live in Hawaii, and I don't even know if I get Dish.
Actually, we sell Dish Network in Hawaii.
So I guess I should check it out. Actually, I'm still a cable type
Oh, you're
guy.
connected.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Well, Dish Network has always been the leader in technology.
Right.
And one of the things that we do that no other pay TV provider does is let you take the TV that you watch at home with you anywhere, whether it be on a smartphone, a tablet, your laptop, what have you. You can watch live TV and recorded TV.
Now, if I remember correctly, last time there's a company out there that provides a box that
Sling.
allows. Yeah.
So our sister company is EchoStar,
Right.
and they own Sling. So
I see how this
Sling's
works.
the stepsister. but we absolutely value the stuff they do because they do stuff that nobody else in the industry does.
So are you guys tying into their technology, or is yours a little different?
I mean, our CEO owns EchoStar and owns Dish.
So that makes sense, yeah.
Absolutely. So Sling designs that type of technology.
Right.
So anybody with either one of our receivers that has Sling built in or has what we call a Sling adapter, which plugs into one of our existing HD DVR receivers, once they get that, they can download the applications for whatever device they have, and they can watch the TV that they would watch at home.
That's right.
It's really cool.
So is that basically is now as the new Dish receivers being branded with a TV Everywhere logo, or
they're not branded with a TV Everywhere logo. We have one Dish receiver that has Sling built into it. That's our VIP 922 Sling-loaded receiver. But it's not really branded that way. But if folks want something with Sling in it, they can call, and the agent will know exactly what they're looking for.
I heard that I was at a conference, an OTT conference, over the top TV.
Over the top.
I was there earlier this year, and there's some statistic about the average consumer. Their console box is 4 to 5 years old in their house, and obviously there's many millions of dollars are spent, or maybe probably billions of dollars spent in when you have to do a wholesale replacement.
Right.
And I know that the Dish and all the other networks are obviously probably scrambling to make sure that this internet-connected TV thing doesn't bypass them and they stay competitive in that space. So from that perspective, I know you're talking about the TV Anywhere, but where's Dish going with the whole apps and all that?
So that's interesting that you say that. So we don't think satellite's going anywhere anytime soon.
Well, I don't think so either.
But we understand that consumers like to consume their TV in whatever way possible, and we're making that happen. So we actually have a product called DishOnline.com, which is it's kind of a Hulu-esque experience. But so if you subscribe to, say, HBO or Showtime or Starz, you can unlock shows on that internet portal, that web portal, and you can watch those. But you can also watch. You can access your DVR, so you can schedule recordings. You can watch what's on your DVR. You can watch live TV from that interface as well.
Right.
So we're trying to hit all the bases that folks may want to consume video.
Very cool. So, Dish is, I think you guys have like the #1 number of HD channels or something. I think
we have more than 200 HD channels.
Yeah. So, as far as the pricing point goes, all this stuff, I have no idea because I'm not a Dish customer. But how do you guys stack up your services?
We are typically the lowest price pay TV provider out there, and HD is actually an interesting topic because we are the only pay TV provider that offers HD free for life for both new and current customers. So basically, customers, even when they're out of their contract, if they've signed up for HD free for life, as long as they've been a customer, they can have it free for the length of their account.
I got you. So what is generally is the TV Everywhere the kind of the new thing for 2011?
It is. We've been talking about it for a couple of years, and it's kind of like when you look at 3D TVs. People are talking about it, but how many people are adopting it yet?
I know what my audience said. My audience said it was like a 1% on the totem pole on
right?
stuff to go look at the show. So
right. And I think TV Everywhere is a more sticky product anyway, and that's one of the things we're doing is we understand that customers are really embracing the fact that they can watch video, on their iPhones and what have you, and we want to be able to cater to that market and make that customer stickier so that they stick around for the long haul, right? And so that is why we're introducing products like this.
Now the question is too that would come to mind is that the mobile providers have become real sensitive to bandwidth utilization across the devices. So obviously that has a negative impact for Dish and other companies that are trying to give us consumers this great experience by, if I want to pull up an HBO show on my iPhone, and I want to watch it, and it's coming from a service I'm paying for at home, then all of a sudden I got to start worrying about, okay, how much bandwidth am I using? So, where's the is that a concern within the
It's absolutely a concern for us. And actually, we have some great relationships in D.C. because we're lobbying for what you've probably heard as net neutrality.
Right.
There were some rules passed recently around wireline, but it's wireless that we're really focused on right now because you're right. For us to be able to deliver a high-quality signal, and let's be clear, we are, but it's all dependent on the connection level that you have on your mobile device or laptop or what have you. So that's absolutely something that's a concern for us. But we found even at this show, which it's almost impossible to get a connection because everybody's, trying to use the internet and trying to use wireless. We've actually been fairly successful in getting, a great signal.
I had text messages going missing for 2 hours.
I know, I know. And then suddenly you get all these emails coming in.
We won't say that it was AT&T, so because I heard people that were on Sprint and some other carriers were not having the issue. So too many iPhones in the house, I guess, too many tablets and iPads.
Too many everything, but I can tell you the vast majority of folks who get TV Everywhere and have a decent connection, I think they say one or higher, they're going to be just fine. So for the most part, it's a great experience, and it can only go up from here.
Yeah, so I know this is off topic, and if you don't feel comfortable talking about it, just tell me. But how do you feel? Everything's about cutting the cord now. I mean, that's a big buzzword. Is
right, cord cutting.
So and I've been watching the numbers. The public are stated how many new subscribers and stuff. So what do you think in the short term?
From a Dish Network perspective, we actually haven't seen a lot of cord cutting. And part of the reason is because we were offering all this value add experience. But at the same time, a lot of people, particularly when it comes to sports and movies, they want the full screen experience. They don't want to watch it on, their smartphone or a tablet. They, the surround sound and what have you. And so that's one of the things that I think is most important when it comes to pay TV. And I think that's going to be one of the drivers for us in terms of, maintaining our satellite presence. But like I said, we are definitely a very progressive company. We look years ahead, and we are confident that what we're offering now and what we will be offering is going to ensure the vitality of the company and going to give our customers a great experience.
Well, you're not going to lose my mom as a customer because she lives in the country. She has no other choice.
Well, that's another thing, right?
Yeah, there's no cable,
If you live off the grid, sometimes satellite's your only option.
Finally she got internet where she could get 1.5 meg down, and that was like, we cheered. We couldn't believe it, But she literally lives, there's a power line, of course, and phone service, but there's not anything else from a very connected standpoint. Well, thank you so much, Francie.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's cool to find out. So, anyway, you know what? If you're a Dish customer or if you're not, and you want to be able to get your TV content on your mobile device, when you call Dish, or if you're an existing Dish customer, make sure you call and say, hey, I want a TV Everywhere box with the Sling technology built in. And I don't know how the swap out process works.
Well, actually, TV Everywhere is built into our boxes already.
All of them.
You've got the 922, which has Sling built in, and then you've got our Sling adapter, which you can plug into our two high-end HD DVR receivers to make it so that it has Sling technology. And it also works with a Sling box, but it's not the best experience.
Right.
But they can find more information out at dish.com.
Okay.
Very easy to remember, and they just click on the tab that says TV Everywhere. That'll tell them everything we offer with regard to that suite of products.
Outstanding. And probably where the locations for the apps and all that goes to.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Very, very cool stuff. Thanks, Francie.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yep,
I appreciate it.